UX design is not my passion. UX design is not my job. UX design is not my interest. And UX design is not my hobby. What UX design really is my mission. Ever since 2011, I have known that I will make a difference in the informatics and design industry. Back then, I did not even understand that something like UX existed, but I already began working with some of the principles. I'm your host Chris and welcome to this mini special and the new trailer of the UX Globals podcast. Many of you already know the story about me and the great calculator I wanted to develop back in 2011. The issue I often have is that if there is some sort of problem and there is no existing solution out there, I will create one as quickly as possible. And back in those days there was no great calculator for Android, so I simply decided to implement one on my own. Taught myself how to code Java and Android applications in 2 weeks, and like half a year later I published my first app, the Great Calculator. And this is basically when my UX design career began. I soon thought I need my own website to make people aware of the application I have developed and those that I want to develop in the future. But this has not really so much to do with UX so far, right? Correct. Because I haven't told you the important part yet. I included a section in my website for user test participants. I wanted people to sign up for my tester list and install beta versions of my apps so I know whether they are working or not. Furthermore, everyone could send me messages with features they want in my applications. One idea I had was to develop a minigame and everyone visiting my website could influence the features of the game by simply sending me their wishes. The problem was, no one was interested in me and my website. That means basically all the effort was done for nothing. Or was it maybe good for something? It definitely was. Because this was the moment I got into the UX industry without even knowing it. Ever since 2011, I was working in this field and gained lots of different experiences. In 2014, I became a freelancer and soon started selling my first 2 websites for €250 each, which actually was quite a lot of money for me back then. I also can remember what I have spent the money on. It was a soundbar with a subwoofer that I still have and use today. The first website I sold was for a local restaurant. It was a quite risky job as I developed the website without the owners knowing about it. When I was done with it, I simply walked to the restaurant and I was 2 minutes too early and it was still closed, but I was so excited that I wanted to be there as soon as possible. Even today I can remember what they said to me. They unlocked and opened the door and asked me, "You already want to have some pizza, huh?" And I said, "I'm sorry, but no. I have developed a website for you and wanted to ask if you want to buy it." I can still remember her face when I said that sentence. We were still standing at the entrance door of a restaurant. And she looked at me with a face that said, "Are you kidding me?" Then she looked outside the still opened door. And it seemed like she was searching for cameras, but there were none. And so she asked me to come inside, and we were talking a bit about the website, and after some adjustments over the next 4 weeks, I had successfully sold my first website. That is a story that I never want to forget, and now I have recorded it, so once I'm very old, I can listen to it again, and will definitely remember it. As we are already speaking of the future, everyone who knows me knows that I am a man living for the future. Everything I do the entire day is for my future kids, my future wife, and my personal future. Therefore, I founded my company this year. As I want to give you a short music break in every episode, I will tell you more about my future plans for my company after like 30 seconds. So what are the plans for my company and this podcast? Well, the main brand is UX Globals. Therefore, I also named this podcast like that. VUX Globals is basically only a brand that contains many different solutions for all UX designers and companies that need solutions created by following the UX workflow. First, there is the UX agency, which is for business clients that need final implemented solutions like websites, applications, or any other kind of system. Then there is the UX consultancy, which is mainly for supporting companies when creating their own projects by providing them UX consultants. The next platform is the UX education platform, where you can find almost all information required by every UX designer. Soon, we will offer online courses for everyone, so every human being on this earth gets the chance to become a UX designer. Another, not yet published platform is the UX Marketplace, where we will offer free resources, so you as a UX designer can work more efficient. Furthermore, I'm currently writing a book about UX design that will be published hopefully this year. It is only in German at the beginning, but who knows, maybe we will publish it in English 1 year later. Then there is the UX Globals podcast, where is at least one new episode every single day, which is like 5 up to 10 minutes long, so everyone has the chance to listen to it during the day. The contents are completely different and are mainly for UX designers, those that want to become one, startups, and every entrepreneur, as UX design is the number one reason why a company or solution will become successful. And becoming successful is basically the plan of every entrepreneur and startup. There's only one thing missing, and that is the YouTube channel. But guess what? It will start this summer, in the year 2020. So be prepared to get to know me, my daily life as a UX design entrepreneur, and the topic of UX design even more. So as you can see, UX design has become the main part of my everyday life. And I would love to get to know every UX designer, startup founder, and entrepreneur. And therefore want to build the biggest UX community worldwide. Become part of the UX Globals community and join us on social media so we can make the world a more usable place together. That's it for today. Remember to always keep pushing. Have a good one.